Is she not done yet?
Here she comes.
Oh, hey, Steve.
Hey there, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Looks like I'm catching at a time you're getting ready to go out on an interview for a candidate.
Yeah, trying to find my
What?
cardigan.
You're trying to what?
Oh, I found it. I was trying to find my cardigan.
Oh, okay. So, are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
All right. So, since you're going, we'll just do a little role play then while we're waiting. Hi. What does that Remax brand offer?
Well, we offer a multitude of resources for our agents to be able to help them excel and take their business to the next level. We have different trainings, tools, CRMs, in-house trainings, you name it. We also are, a little different than some of the traditional models, as not only do we have compensation plans that we can derive that are tailored for you, but we also give you, the other items like expenses for signs and print media. And we have an amazing location right downtown that you can utilize, as well as we have a connection to 30 other offices within our Linhart Realty Group model. So you can kind of go to any of our offices, whether you're in Nashville, Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, or even if you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, and fixing to be Florida soon.
Okay, you mentioned something about a Linhart Realty Group. What is that?
So Lee Linhart, he is an individual. I like to call him the Gary Keller of Remax. He is an amazing individual that has lots of connections with Remax corporate. He has 30 offices, so we're all underneath his brand. And he does something a little different as each franchise owner is allowed to. That's where we have the different compensation models that you will find that you may not find at some of the other locations that are not part of that Linhart Realty Group. And I also have a brochure here that gives all the details about everything that has to do with the Linhart Realty Group, as well as all of our offices that we are all affiliated with.
Okay, that's that's very nice. But me as business owner, as an agent, how does that benefit me in my business model?
Well, the reason why it will benefit you particularly is that we're the only Chattanooga office that is located here. We have one in each one of the cities. So part of the networking group, anybody that's looking at North Georgia or Chattanooga, those referrals are going to come directly to our office. So you have more chances to kind of coordinate and get those referral databases versus being at some of these other companies where it trickles down from all the other agents. This is an amazing opportunity for you to be able to network within our own Linhart Realty Group.
So would that be what you're saying there, like a referrals? Or is that what you're saying? That
Oh,
would give me
networking. Yeah,
referrals, or they
referral.
would give?
Yeah, yeah, referral network. It's a good way for because we have a Facebook page that we have everyone a part of. So therefore, if you're needing a referral in one of our areas, you can go on there and refer it with actual those that are inside of our network. But you also don't have to just choose within our network. We actually have a platform on Remax where you can go in and find any agent in any city that you're looking for because we are nationwide.
Okay. So what tools is offered to me?
So we have Bold Trails, which is from KV Core. It's an amazing search engine optimization. It's a CRM. It's very robust. We also have other various apps that we have within the system derived from whether you need help with photos or you want voiceovers. Basically, anything that you could think within a real estate avenue, we're going to have an app for it. We also have this cool guy called Max. He's AI. He'll help out with some of your campaigns and that kind of avenues of the AI world. So we basically have just a little bit of everything. And we just revamped our logo. So we just made it super cool for you to be able to brand yourself or um, your team or whatever you're wanting to brand within the Remax logo without having to have multiple logos.
Okay. Um, all right. So, you talked a little bit too about you do customized compensation plans. To tell you a little bit about me, right now, I average probably average last year of 8 transactions. My GCI was 2,800,000 with it. Made around, 80,000, a little bit more. But what do you have, or what does Remax have that could change my business to get me from the 80,000 mark up to the 100,000 mark this year?
Well, not only because we have an amazing, what I find to be one of our best compensation plans, also the one that I'm currently on is our 8515 that puts a little more money in your pocket. And also there's a $100 monthly fee. So that also is going to help with your expenses. But not only that, we have great trainers within our actual Chattanooga brand that can work with you. We can kind of tailor and look at where, maybe there's a need for your business and where maybe it's lacking. We also have coaching programs within our um, Max Center that also you can be a part of that will help accelerate your business. We just kind of need to look at and see what systems and what formats you've been currently using, and let's see how we can kind of work on that to help get you more business and to help you grow in that avenue.
You're talking about the 85-15 split.
Right.
Is there any transaction fees or anything with that? Is
No.
there any compliance fees, TC fees? What all fees go along with that?
So it's just 8515 with a cap of 16.5. After that, you don't pay anything into the company dollar. There always is going to be a 1% of your commission, but
1% of commission, what?
for advertising, that's where you'll see the billboards and marketing and things that go and helps get leads that come back to us. But besides that, but there is for first closing, we can do that, or you can be set up on a payment plan.
Okay, so make sure I understand that right. On your 85-15, I've got 1% to pay to Remax. I can cap out at sixteen
And you never
thousand
cap
five
out
hundred.
on that.
Huh?
Hmm.
I do
I was
cap
saying
out,
you
or I
never cap out on the 1%.
okay, but on the 8515 though. But
Hmm.
you said something about, I think, 16,500. I capped out at.
Yes.
Okay, so anything after that, I get back, I guess what, 99%?
Yes.
Okay, is there any transaction fee for it?
There isn't unless you want to hire your own transaction coordinator, which if that's something that you're wanting, we do have the resources to be able to get you someone that can do that for you within our office or someone that we're affiliated with. But that's an extra expense that you can choose to either take on or you don't have to. The only thing monthly is, and we call it a membership, but it's $100. So that gets you, you know, any printing, signs, anything that you would need as far as being part of just having an office fee, that's where that one expense would be.
Okay, so you don't have any transaction fees per transaction.
No.
Okay, all right. Well, if you don't mind, could you send me that brochure and then your compensation plans? Let me take a look at it, and I can schedule another meeting with you. I'm ready to talk more in detail with you about coming and being part of your team.
Perfect. I'll get that over to you. And then I'll also make a reminder to kind of follow up with you. I'll give you a couple of days to kind of look over the information. But what I'll do is at the first of the week, I'll give you a call back and just see if you have any questions and to see if you'd like to schedule maybe to come by and see our office because it's very beautiful and meet Lisa and the whole team.
All right, sounds great. Now back to the real life. Good
Okay.
job. Hopefully you go out there today and you'll get this gentleman or lady brought on board.
I'm definitely hoping so. She's at Real Estate Partners, and I know her fees are a lot more. The only hiccup is she's at the East Brainerd office, and she already made a comment she hates going downtown. But I'm gonna tell her she doesn't even have to come unless she, I mean, wants to. But we're right off the interstate,
Right.
so it's not like you're having to go deep in downtown.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Because I don't care much for the downtown area either, but it is very easy access on and off the interstate right there with it.
Yeah.
Any questions you got for me or anything?
Um. No, but that is a good point. Like, I mean, I think I answered some things about like what we do as Linhart Realty and all of that. I definitely, I read the article where how he got started and different things like that from our local Hamilton County. The when him and Heidi did an article, I kind of learned a little more about him. But you know, I think I need to learn more about our tools and things like that, and that's what I've been trying to go on to that Mac Center and kind of learning because it is a whole different animal than what I'm used to. But just knowing all of our tools, I mean, for the most part, did I do okay with that section or
Yeah, I mean, you did okay on everything. I know right now it's still new to you and you're getting to learn a lot of it. I'm getting ready to forward you one of the things that I use for my recruiting. It talks about Remax Linhart Group. That's the first part of it. Talks about our 6 brands, one family united, gives our locations, then the 3 states, 21 hyperlocal cities, 350 plus agents, um, hitting that. Then how Remax right now is the #1 real estate franchise. And when anybody ever asks me, what does Remax offer for me? The #1 recognized name in all of real estate. It's the
okay?
most, our balloon is the most #1 recognized thing with it. So that balloon will give you notoriety and it'll also let people know that you are affiliated with an international franchise. And right now, this is the 25th year in a row we have been in the Forbes 500 on top businesses to go with
Okay.
it. And then I go into a little bit about who we are with our mission statement, our vision statement. Um, got more just on the Tennessee part of it. And then it does our compensation plans. Now, these are probably not going to be what you're using, sounds like, because I know in Knoxville, as we're doing that one, I have to let them know because you've got the Sparks plan. and then you've got the prime plan, and
Yeah.
then you've got the pro plan. So there's three different plans that if someone can choose from, depending on where they're at. And that's what he's got for all three of the states with it. But on the 8515, like this one, it's a Knoxville area, it's $15,000 annual cap, $495 transaction fee based on base commission, and then $200 monthly office fee. So that's and you were saying yours was $100 monthly fee, and theirs was 16,500, the 1%. But you guys do not have a transaction fee based commission.
Right.
See, that's where we make our money. That's where we make money on it. And I'm surprised that he's not got, because on every plan he's got, um, unless you're doing the prime plan, which are qualifiers, you've got to qualify for them. And like the prime 85, it's a 85-15 commission split, $15,000 annual cap, $300 monthly office fee. And then, it's prime plans are subject to, um, the 1% commission, $410 annual that you've got to pay. And I always try to let them know on that $410 because it is something that they have to. And then on the Sparks plan and the Pro plan in Knoxville area, there's a $75 risk management fee and broker review fee that goes with it.
Yeah. And we don't end up having that because we pay our own E&O, is what he said, I guess.
Well, our
Or
agents pay their own. Our agents pay their own N.O. too.
I don't know. That was something Lisa. I mean, it is. I think it's just to get kind of in the beginning too, just to kind of get us some agents that we're trying to. But not everybody would I suggest the 85-15 to. They have to. You said 8 is what triggered me to
Right.
recognize that plan, because if they're not producing or they don't have at least 5 transactions, I'm not even offering that to them.
Right. But everything,
They're in
the
it.
only,
They would.
yeah, the only non-monthly office fees that we have is a Spark 65-35 commission split, the Prime 75, but with Prime 75, they must have closed $2.5 million last year.
Yeah.
Prime 85 is a $300 office with it. And then if they want to go on these pro plans, then every one of them has a qualifier that they
Yeah.
have to have met.
Okay, so I met a top producer. She said she would never go anywhere for 95.5, and I was like, okay. So what about? Okay, so my question is, if they go with the 9.95 a month, they pay
Okay, so
9.95, and then they pay 2.95 a transaction, right?
yep,
They don't, but that's like, and then they still have the 1% and the 410, but they don't have anything else.
you're correct on that. And to be honest with you, in Knoxville, all of our top producers, probably 15, that's a plan they're on because they make more money.
Yeah. Okay. So
And
here's another
even though
question
they're
with that.
paying, even they're paying the 995 a month, and that's working out, what, $12,000 a year, they're still bringing in, 15 to 25% more commission.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to also derive it that if they're charging their clients like, $300 or even $500 a month, that could even offset their monthly fee too, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking that once again, there's where the business coaching come in with you. You hit a great valid point on that one. Right there. Oh, 995. Why does that concern you? What are you charging back to your client?
Yeah,
Are you
that's how
doing,
I've been approaching it.
are you charging them that $1,000 marketing fee? Are you charging them, what are they doing? How do you run your business, Mr. Agent or Miss Agent?
Hmm. Yeah, because that's what I was trying to do was try to, and so I've got a couple. I met with 3 because I went to the top 300 in the MLS. There was a real producers, and that was that magazine I was in. So I went to that, and I ran into 3 top producers, And that was the model I approached to each one of them, was that one. And then they all paid an admin fee. And I was like, well, you essentially could have your, I mean, if you derive this as much business as y'all do, you could have where you're not paying in anything. Like your
Right.
clients are covering your costs. So, and then
This
I wanted to ask this though, if you're on a team, like, because I know y'all don't have necessarily teams, but if they're on a team, how does that work? Like, if the team lead is paying that, and they're giving, you know, business to like one of their team leaders or whatever, do they just pay the transaction fee and then they have the 410, or how does that work?
Okay, you're gonna have to let me get that one finished ironed out with Lee, because as of right now, the way that everything is set up on that one, um, it's set up to where things are done a little bit differently. Okay,
Okay.
so with that being done differently, um, teams can be pretty draining. But the one team that we had, the team lead, he paid the $9.95 a month. He paid $6.25 for every agent that was underneath him. They still paid on the plan of the $4.95, I think, transaction fee, and 5% to Remax, to us.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just curious, like, I mean, because I could understand if everything went under the team lead and then they were paying a referral or something. That way, it would keep them from all having to pay maybe 410. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure, because that's teams are kind of a big thing around here.
Well, you just
Everybody's
look,
got it.
you know, and another thing too, if you're talking these top producers, do they
Mm-hmm.
meet in our luxury collection edition to where they're selling 2 times higher than most agents on everything with it in the area? On the
Yeah.
median price, 2 times higher than the median price on everybody. And then you need to look more at the Remax collection, the luxury part that goes with
Yeah.
it.
I
Because if
didn't
they
know
want,
anything about that.
yeah. So, you know, if you're looking at top producers, if they're doing 2 times more than your average price point that's coming in down there, they would qualify for the luxury, and then they get all kinds of stuff. It's all the top zip codes in the US. The luxury department, they actually roll out the red carpet for everybody with it.
Oh yeah, I've got Lori
You get a
Conway's one
different
of those that would
dedication,
qualify. Yeah.
yeah, and different dedications and everything else with it.
Yeah, because
All
she's
right,
the
I know you
top two
said you had a,
percent. She's the top 2% for, well, Berkshire just changed their name around here, but out of her entire company, she's the top 2%. Like, she is their top. I don't even know why she's still there, but she is their top producer.
okay. Well, I know you said you had a 10 o'clock meeting you had to get ready for, so I will let you get ready for that one. I will get off of here. Have yourself a good day, and if you need anything else, feel free to let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.